You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Christmas is the season of giving. We'll hear how one area of business ensured that everyone had the chance for a holiday meal.
Also, a Kansas City officer attempt to spread a Christmas spirit goes viral.
And we've got some dense fog out there and scattered showers. A look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner, coming up on 7:01 now on this Thursday, December the 26th. So it's the day after Christmas. Still want to probably avoid the stores because a lot of folks are going to be, regifting.
Regifting or just, sizing up because, sweater was in the wrong size, Grandma,
exactly,
but I love it so much.
I really want this sweater. I got to take it back to Walmart so I can get the right size, and if they happen to be out, we'll try again next year. And folks coming together, though, to help out the community on Christmas.
That's what it's all about. Communities come together with kindness and compassion to provide a warm meal, hoping that no one has to spend the holiday alone or hungry. In these shared moments, the true spirit of Christmas is felt.
Now, community meals are more than just an act of charity, but a reminder to care for one another. Our very own Lonnie Walton shares the story from a Christmas dinner in Neosho.
Deliver nearly 300 meals before we ever start serving the public like we're doing right now.
Mark Taylor is the general manager of KNOE Radio, the one responsible for organizing this event for the public. He says people come from all over town for this event. Some come just to be with others.
Sometimes people ask us to come get them or bring them here so they can just have somebody to talk to.
And finding someone to talk to is exactly what these guests like to do.
I love the music, and I always get to say hi to Roberta.
I'm here just to see the community, so share my blessings with others.
Good time of year, see so many people that you don't normally see. You get to pray with some of them.
And we met one customer who says the food is great, but it touches him in a more sentimental way.
Because of Jesus Christ, this is what it's all about. When you come to Jesus Christ, something changes on the inside of you.
And that's a story that many others at this dinner agree with.
It's, about Jesus and what, the gift that we have, through him.
I'm in to share a meal with the community and give thanks to God.
Reminiscent on Christ and what he's done for us.
Taylor says that's what this community is all about. People helping others.
Sometimes whole family units come in here to work, and bus tables and kids will be working of all ages.
And we found someone who believes they really know the true meaning of Christmas.
For unto us a son is given. His name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. That's why we celebrate Christmas Day.
Reporting in Neosho, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Well, the good news is that Taylor says none of the food will go to waste. His team plans on delivering to first responders in the jail.
And that's excellent because a lot of times there's a lot of food in general in America that goes to waste, all right? And so it's great that whatever wasn't eaten there is going to be handed on to somebody else that could certainly enjoy a nice free meal as well.
That spirit of giving gets to continue all in that Christmas spirit.
Remember, pay it forward as best you can. And the times are tough, but pay it forward when and where you can. And also, drive slow today because it is foggy, it is rainy, it is not treacherous, but it's a little bit slick outside. Let's take a look outside. Our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, and there it is. And it's showing you that we're actually looking good. The fog has improved, at least in Pittsburgh, because it was probably reduced visibilities up to the point of this tower is where we were having difficulty seeing beyond that. But it's improved a lot. Roads are still wet, though. Still means they're still slick, so you got to slow down. Joplin, again, yesterday, if you recall, you couldn't even see 7th and Range Line at this time yesterday. So significant improvements there. Not dealing with the same level of fog in the city as we were yesterday, but still got those wet roadways. And you can see from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, Joplin, looking back to the east along 20th Street. Again, roads are wet, and that's the big thing. I ran into a couple of slick spots. I'm not talking ice. It's not cold enough for frozen stuff or anything, but it's still a little slick here and there. We have got scattered showers across the region. We're starting to see a few more of those filling in across parts of southeast Kansas and into northeastern Oklahoma as the first little batch we had this morning begins to exit on out of here. And we'll see additional shower development taking place, and it will continue to lift off to the northeast. But I do want to talk about the fog. Now, again, we have 5 different National Weather Service offices that cover this map you see here, that cover our region, our viewing area. Because of that, not all the time, they don't always agree on things. So we have fog advisories. Missouri, they run until 9 o'clock this morning. Benton County and northeast Oklahoma, they run until 10. And then for southeast Kansas, they run until noon, which means like yesterday, some of this dense fog could last as late as noon, even 1 o'clock. And here's how dense it is. 0 visibility in Iola. Significantly reduced visibilities. Yates Center, Chanute, Independence, and Sedan down to 1 mile now in the Wada. So this is impacting a number of the major highways out here, and it does, of course, extend off to the east. Hence, we have the dense fog advisories down into southwestern Missouri because we got dense fog there. So if you're maybe heading home, maybe delay your departure a little bit. If you need to get home, if you need to head out now, you got to slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. And remember, it's better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all. Future track by noon showing a few more of those scattered showers out there. And then later this evening, we could have a couple of thunderstorms along and south of I-44. There's a severe threat well off to our south, but the thunderstorm line itself does come up into our area. So if you hear a rumble of thunder or two, nothing to panic about, but could bring some heavier rain. So keep that in mind as well. 49 Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh. Around the region, temperatures are in the mid to upper 40s for most of us. And as you get a little further south, we got some 50-degree readings as well. We're headed for highs today into the upper 50s. Cloudy skies, scattered showers throughout the day. And again, for some, maybe a rumble of thunder here or there. We're going to talk about how long this rain lasts, what the weekend's looking like, and how next year is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha.
Thanks, Chris. Multiple agencies were alerted to a rollover crash early Christmas morning. Just before 12:15 a.m., Eric Drapow of Joplin was traveling eastbound on Highway HH, taking the on-ramp to Missouri 171 when his SUV rolled over, ejecting Drapow from the vehicle. He was taken to Mercy Joplin, where he later died of his injuries. Now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. The KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's a moment that created an everlasting memory in the Kansas City area. A video of Clay County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Randy Miller spreading Christmas spirit has gone viral. Former KOAM multimedia journalist Fernanda Silva reports from Kansas City.
Who haven't we found this morning? Elf. Yeah, where is he?
Like every morning since the beginning of December, Max was wanted.
Is he under your bed?
No, he's not here. Is he in the bathroom?
He's not in there? What about Brittany's room?
No!
At the beginning of the week, Wyatt and Bryn Askridge found out Max was in trouble.
I got a call out here today about a elf running around causing some mischief in the area. Do you guys have an elf?
Yes.
Can you tell me how big he is?
He's like 45.
Is he?
I heard Max got in trouble the other day that the police had to come here.
He was feeding some reindeers. They were very hungry.
Wyatt used a powerful strategy to bail out his friend, showing his cuteness.
He was running around feeding some reindeer down there.
That was very nice of him.
Wyatt helped his buddy out, and they're little partners in crime, it seems.
Wyatt's mom, Taylor Askridge, posted the interaction between her kids and Sergeant Ren Miller from the Clay County Sheriff's Office on social media. The video now has more than 15 million views.
It's worth all the Christmas memories and the magic he's brought to our house.
On Christmas Eve, Max brought another surprise to the Askridge family.
Oh, what happened up here?
I don't know.
What happened?
How do you think he did it? He's so tiny.
It's a Christmas magic that creates everlasting memories.
It's priceless.
it's the best thing ever.
And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Russia presses its attack on Ukraine after deadly missile strikes target energy systems. And later, a Baltimore pizzeria is saved, all thanks to a viral review. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We'll be right back. Topping World Watch, Japan Airlines says it was the target of a cyber attack, but operations are back in order again. Japan's second largest air carrier says a cyber attack was launched against its operations earlier today. The company says the incident delayed some domestic and international flights. JAL temporarily shut down a router, causing malfunctions and stopped ticket sales for flights departing on Thursday. JAL says its systems later returned to normal, with same-day ticket sales resuming. Cannabis and over 1 million pills of a stimulant, Captagon, were set on fire in Damascus yesterday. Syria's new government forces raided warehouses in the former Syrian President Bashar Assad's intelligence forces security zones and confiscated the drugs. Since the fall of Assad, the industrial-scale manufacturing facilities of Captagon have been uncovered in several military bases and other warehouses around the country. Experts say these facilities fed a $10 billion annual global trade of the highly addictive drug. After nearly 3 years of heavy battles and mass strikes, Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine continues, the latest attack coming Christmas Day. Fox News correspondent Asya Hasni is in Washington with the latest.
Ukrainian soldiers on the front lines firing back Christmas Day, hitting the Russian town of Lvov in the Kursk region. This after Russia attacked Ukraine's energy system with cruise and ballistic missiles Wednesday, wounding at least 6 people and killing 1. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky responding, saying Russia made a, quote, conscious choice to launch attacks on Christmas, calling the move inhumane.
I do think it's inhuman to choose this particular day, but that's not unusual for Vladimir Putin.
In Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv, air raid alerts lasting nearly 3 hours did not stop believers from attending Christmas morning mass. At the Vatican, Pope Francis, in his annual Christmas address, urging for peace in Ukraine and Gaza.
May the sound of arms be silenced in war-torn Ukraine. May there be boldness needed to open the door to negotiation.
In the meantime, President-elect Donald Trump's choice for special envoy to Ukraine and Russia, slamming Russia's Christmas Day attack, posting on social platform X, quote, Christmas should be a time of peace, yet Ukraine was brutally attacked on Christmas Day. Launching large-scale missile and drone attacks on the day of the Lord's birth is wrong. The world is closely watching actions on both sides. The U.S. is more resolved than ever to bring peace to the region. President-elect Donald Trump vowed on the campaign trail to end the war in Eastern Europe on day 1. Inauguration Day is now just 26 days away. In Washington, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
And those are our top stories from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:18 now on this Thursday morning. We have dense fog advisories across a good portion of the area. In Missouri, they run until 9 a.m., Benton County and Oklahoma until 10, and then across southeast Kansas, these will run until noon. And here's why. Take a look at this dense fog. Zero visibility in Iola. Still significantly reduced visibility. Sedan, Independence, and Yates Center. This is impacting a lot of us along to the west of the 69 corridor. And then we have some dense fog out toward Mount Vernon and Cassville as well. So wherever you're driving, if you're heading home from, relative's house, or maybe you're heading back to work today, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. And remember, as we tell you all the time, it is better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all. Skywatch Storm Tracker. I want to talk about some showers that we're seeing out there. We will start into the Missouri side, which right now, the only real showers that we have out there is this little one that is to the north of Joplin, around Carl Junction here. This activity here is not actually happening, but we do have a couple of showers there. Off onto the Kansas side of things, we have a couple of showers, one southeast of Coffeyville, a couple around Independence, but we're starting to see a few more out here in the western portions of the area. So you can see we've got showers stretching from just east of Eureka, so in between Eureka, Yates Center, down toward the northwest of Fredonia, west of Howard, and back again west of Independence out there. And as we head down into Oklahoma, we will progressively see more shower activity. We've got some in between the Wada and Veneta out there on 60. So parts of Craig and the Wada counties, and a few showers in eastern Washington County as well. All of this activity will continue to fill in. In fact, if you watch the loop, you'll see where it just kind of starts to pop up out here. And there it is, those scattered showers. And there are more starting to try and pop up south of Tulsa. And we'll be dealing with scattered showers throughout the entire day, but they'll be scattered for the most part. So it's not going to be rain everywhere all at once, but there will be scattered rain throughout the day, which we can see by noon, shower coverage beginning to increase just a bit. Now, something I do want to point out, I want to emphasize this, is one, we could have some thunderstorm activity along and south of I-44. There's a severe threat well off to our south, but the thunderstorm chance zone comes up into our area, but we're not expecting anything strong or severe. But some rumbles of thunder possible, maybe some heavier rain with that activity. But outside of that, nothing to really worry about in terms of any kind of severe weather, which is good news. We are getting some much needed rain. It'll start to wrap up after about midnight, 1 a.m. tomorrow. Then we'll just be left with cloudy skies once again on Friday. And then by Friday afternoon, some isolated to widely scattered showers will be possible by Friday afternoon and evening. Those will clear out. We're mostly cloudy tomorrow night into Saturday. Saturday, mostly cloudy, and then once again by the afternoon, here comes another round of showers. And again, mainly on the Missouri side, we could see some actual thunderstorm activity develop out there as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours on Saturday. Again, no severe weather is expected, but some thunderstorm activity possible. Take a look at those temperatures too, almost spring-like. And then that activity will roll out as we head into Sunday morning. Quick look at temperatures. It's cloudy in Joplin. It is raining in Joplin. It is 49 in Joplin. Feels like 47. East-southeast breeze at 6. Temperatures across the region holding on to the 40s for most of us, starting to see a few more 50s popping up into our southern counties, Veneta, Miami, Neosho, Anderson Grove, Jay, and Bentonville, but the rest of us holding on for the most part mid to upper 40s. Temperatures not staying steady. They'll actually warm a little today, so we'll have the fog, we'll have the rain, and it go into the low 50s by 11 a.m. That's ahead of most of us reaching highs mid to the upper 50s. Again, cloudy, scattered showers, southeast breeze 5 to 10 miles an hour. Winds will shift out of the east this evening and then become calm overnight. We'll fall back into the upper 40s, cloudy skies, more showers. Not bad, except for the rain Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday looks great. And I want to very quickly talk about next week as we head into the new year. So you remember yesterday, wintry mix was on here. Now it's gone. Now it's sunny. There's some conflicting long-range data out there. So right now, we're going with what seems to be the expectation. But I'll tell you, we're also looking at the possibility on some of that long-range data, maybe some thunderstorms and maybe some winter weather as we head into next week. So a lot to keep an eye on. But at least right now, more of the data seems to suggest it will just simply be cold, but like I said, we'll keep an eye on it for you. That's your check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this. Well, the power of social media turns into a Christmas miracle for a struggling pizzeria owner in Baltimore.
The result was a commitment to give the owner enough money to keep the restaurant open for another year. Caroline Forback has the story.
People say it's a Christmas miracle. It kind of feels like a Christmas miracle.
It's a miracle on Light Street, and it started with one bite.
Good undercarriage.
Will Fagg, the owner of Tiny Brick Oven Pizza in Federal Hill, says he was days away from having to close his restaurant.
We weren't making any money. The market opened, and everyone inside was allowed to sell alcohol, and we were never allowed to sell alcohol.
When in walked the founder of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, to do one of his famous one-bite pizza reviews.
Oh my God, man, this is incredible.
Will told Dave about the restaurant's dire situation, and after Dave gave the pizza a solid 7.9 score, he asked Will how much he would need to stay open for another year.
Listen, I think we could probably get our liquor license and continue to stay open if we had 60,000. Would that be
done?
Done?
Done.
Oh my God, that is unbelievable. Hey!
The video went viral, and on Christmas Eve, Tiny Brick Oven had a line out the door and phones ringing off the hook.
We've never had a crowd like this. We've never had a crowd like this.
Cynthia Streeter says if anyone deserves this, it's Will.
To my guardian angel.
She says Will found her stranded in the cold after she missed her bus last weekend, and he offered her a ride home and a part-time job.
He says, "Dear Lord, you're freezing cold. Won't you come on in and get warm?"
After the video went viral, the donations kept pouring in.
It's an incredible feeling. I mean, I've always had a lot of community support. It's overwhelming, and I really thank everybody so much.
It's a Christmas miracle.
You know, you want to ask me if Santa is real? I say his name is Davy Claus.
Pizza was good too. Thank you.
Well, Dave Portnoy began filming his pizza reviews back in 2013. His app and website is called One Bite.
You know, I think we talk a lot about, the dangers of social media and all the bad that can come with it, but it's really nice to see something very positive come from the power of social media and the community it can create.
It can go either way, and in this case, it went the right way.
Well, perfect. Well, coming up, survivors emerge after a plane burst into flames after crashing into the ground. We'll have the latest from Kazakhstan.
And we've got the dense fog across the area. We've got rain showers across the area. Another look at your forecast when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. I'm Samantha Walker. In Joplin, the Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton counties spread holiday cheer through their annual Christmas dinner. They provide meals for about 150 folks every day during the year, but yesterday was particularly special. They get to enjoy pie from Granny Schaefer's, and each kid who entered got a gift. Each person was also given a cake kit to make at home for their birthday.
I just like how people come together. We set it up different than we do during the week. We make it more of a home style, family. Everyone can sit with their friends and family, and we serve them. It's just fun to see people to come together.
The Salvation Army also delivered meals yesterday to residents who are homebound. The Dallas County Jail did its best to keep Santa Claus on Tuesday night. The jail's website lists Ethan Toothstang Grinch of Whoville as one of its newest inmates. The Grinch, of course, was arrested for stealing Christmas presents. He was booked into jail Tuesday morning, along with his dog Max. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office made the announcement on their Facebook page. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
We're going to start with a look outside from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. You can see that fog out there. So you need to slow down. Again, low beams, not your high beams. Better to be a few minutes late than not arrive at all. You guys know the drill on this. Just cloudy skies and some showers in Joplin from our camera at 7th and Rangeline, and from the camera at 20th and Rangeline, the MoDOT camera down there. I've got those scattered showers out there starting to increase a bit. You're seeing a few more of them across southeast Kansas into northeastern Oklahoma, and this will continue to be the trend as they continue to develop and cycle off to the south and progressively make their way northeast. Dense fog advisories over most of the area. Missouri until 9 a.m., Benton County in Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma until 10, and then in southeast Kansas these run until noon, which means some of this dense fog could last through noon or even 1 o'clock. Significantly reduced visibilities now in Nowata, Independence, Sedan, Fredonia, Chanute, Iola, and Yates Center. We have reduced visibilities Mount Vernon, Miami as well, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Parsons. Just slow down, be careful out there, and watch out for those slick spots too. All right, if you're leaving just to go home from your family visit or whatever, maybe delay that departure if you can. If you can't, just please be careful and be prepared for your journey to take a little longer out there. Future track into the afternoon, scattered showers out there, and that will continue to be the case. By this evening, though, there's a severe threat again well to our south and east. It's not going to impact us, but some of the thunderstorms could reach as far north as the I-44 corridor, so a few rumbles of thunder out there will be possible. Otherwise, just dealing with some rain as we head into the evening and overnight hours. We are sitting at 49 in Joplin, 49 in Pittsburgh as well. Temperatures hanging on to the 40s for most of us. We've got, again, most of us, mid-upper 40s. But again, we're also starting to see a few more 50-degree readings, especially into our southern counties. We're looking at highs today, warming up a bit despite the clouds and rain. It's going to be mid-upper 50s out there. And again, cloudy skies, scattered showers, maybe a rumble or two of thunder around the I-44 corridor. And we'll have a southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Got more rain chances out there. We'll take a look at that, the weekend forecast and the New Year forecast here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. At least 29 people survived a fiery plane crash in Kazakhstan on Wednesday. The plane burst into flames as it hit the ground, but in an amazing twist of fate, some survivors began emerging from the wreckage shortly after. Cheryl Hubbard has more details.
A rare inside look at an on-scene crash response as rescue workers raced to extinguish the flames of an Azerbaijan Airlines flight that made an emergency landing. Cameras caught the plane's rapid descent and eventual fiery crash landing.
But the pilots really fought with this plane for some time and then did a figure eight before landing. They did 2 circles and then tried to land. So it appeared that they were trying to gain control of this aircraft and really put quite a fight up.
Rescue crews snapped into action, searching for dozens of people feared dead. The plane was carrying 62 passengers and 5 crew members at the time. According to Kazakh authorities, at least 38 who were on board were killed. Russia's aviation watchdog says its preliminary information suggested the pilot made the emergency landing after a bird strike, but the Kazakh government is working with the airline to investigate the cause of the crash.
This wasn't something that happened and then the plane was brought down. For example, on landing, you hit a flock of birds. And the altitude makes me wonder, would the birds been at that altitude?
Kazakhstan's deputy prime minister says of the 29 survivors pulled from the wreckage, 2 of the survivors are children. All of the survivors have been taken to hospitals. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A school in Atlanta teaches a unique specialized skill. In Consumer Watch this morning, still dealing with holiday sticker shock on prices of gifts. A Wall Street Journal report says tens of thousands of retailers across the country are adding a few dollars more into orders as package protection, also called shipping insurance. That protection works via startup post-purchase delivery platforms, promising to make it good if deliveries don't complete because of theft, as in porch pirates. The report adds certain retailers now make the charges mandatory and all consumers share in protection. The new year is quickly approaching, but consumers won't see some shop locations anymore in 2025. Major retailers are closing some of their doors as consumers and shopping habits are changing. Macy's, Walmart, Starbucks, Walgreens, and Dollar Tree are among the brands shutting down some stores. Next year, 500 Walgreens locations will shut down. Meanwhile, Macy's will have 65 locations closed by the end of the year. Business are attributing the shutdown to a changing industry, high operation costs, and unmet financial performance expectations. It feels like retail returns are becoming more of a headache. According to the National Retail Federation, total returns for the industry amounted to more than $700 billion in merchandise in 2023. That number is making retail executives pay closer attention to taking back their products. Fox Business Network's Kelly Sabiri tells us some of the different strategies retailers are coming up with to make you keep your purchases.
Many consumers have come to expect free returns.
Everyone just assumes that you can return it without problem.
Companies offer the service as a way to stand out and stand behind their brands.
Many consumers are unwilling to buy online if there's not the potential to return the item, even if there is some type of handling charge.
According to the National Retail Federation, nearly 1 of every 5 online purchases ends up getting returned. Logistics and handling that come with those returns cost retailers and consumers.
Usually it goes to a return center, and there's a lot of manual opening up the package and seeing what the condition is of the garment. Some of these items never return to the shelf. That adds to the cost of what the product is being priced at.
AI is helping to give retailers a clearer picture of individual customer habits.
You can see if this is part of a habitual returner. Maybe we don't offer them free returns.
Some experts say retailers need to do a better job of communicating the cost of free returns on the environment.
Everyone wants convenient shopping. That's just the world that we're in. And if we start to expose what some of this convenience is doing to the planet, then I think people will make informed and better decisions.
The reverse logistics firm Optoro estimates almost 10 billion pounds of returns ended up in landfills in 2022. In Chicago, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.
And those are our top consumer stories. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 7:43 on this Thursday morning, starting with the dense fog advisories out there. Missouri, they still run through 9. Benton County and into Oklahoma, they run until 10. And in southeast Kansas, they run until noon, which again, like yesterday, means some of this dense fog could last as late as noon or 1 o'clock this afternoon. We have significantly reduced visibilities. Nowata, Independence, Sedan, Fredonia, Chanute, Yates Center, and Iola. Reduced visibilities across the entire region, though, and so you've got to slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Use your fog lights if you've got them. And if you're not headed to work, if there's no reason, no immediate need for you to leave now from wherever it is you are, maybe you should delay that for just a little bit, because in addition to the dense fog, we have the wet roadways from the rain showers, and that's leading to slick spots. So you just want to be careful out there. And here's a look at those showers. We're seeing a few more of them now into southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma. Got a couple of sprinkles into Missouri, coming up on 43 north of Joplin. I got a couple more around Red Oak, and that's about it so far on the Missouri side. More showers, though, around Yates Center, outside of Chanute, Independence, to the west of Coffeyville, Fredonia, east of Howard, and west of Eureka. And then down into Oklahoma, they're stretching through Craig and Nowata counties, from Nowata back off to the north and east. A few more down by Oologah, stretching down toward Claremore. And we'll see more of these showers continue to develop roughly in this zone here and continue to lift off to the north and to the east. In fact, you can see a few more of them developing down here between Tulsa and McAllister. There they go, and here come a few more, and here's some to the northeast of McAllister as well. And they'll eventually make their way into our area through the morning, which means we'll have more scattered showers across a broader portion of the area, but they're still scattered. You can see there's plenty of dry spots in between. Now, something else I want to point out is there could be some thunderstorm activity along into the south of the I-44 corridor. There's some severe weather possibility well to our south and east, but if you ever see those severe weather maps, they have the severe risk, the low end risk, and then what they call the thunderstorm risk, which is just regular, good old-fashioned thunderstorms. But that risk does extend up into parts of our area. So again, a rumble of thunder or two possible. The biggest concern now of any of that would be maybe some heavy rain from those thunderstorms as they roll through the evening and into the late night hours. And after about 1 a.m., this rain, it's gone. It's done. We're left with cloudy skies. Will be cloudy through most of our Friday as well. And then by Friday afternoon, some isolated to widely scattered showers will be possible. Not quite as widespread as today. At least that's not what we're looking at for our Friday. Then after that clears out, we are mostly cloudy Friday night into Saturday. Mostly cloudy through most of Saturday. And then by Saturday afternoon, guess what? More rain, which is good. We need the rain. I'd like to see a little sunshine here and there, but we do need this rain, and we've got more of that. And again, especially on the Missouri side, could see some thunderstorm activity as we go into Saturday afternoon and evening, but no severe weather is expected, which is fantastic news. We don't need severe weather. We do need this rain, and then it'll clear out late Saturday into early Sunday. It is cloudy in Joplin right now. Got some rain showers here and there. 49, feels like 47 with winds, east at 5. And across the area, we're all hanging out in the 40s. Most of us mid-upper 40s. Got some low 40s like Sedan sitting at 43. And then we got some 50-degree readings in some of our southern counties as well. And that's a nice thing. Today, temperature's not just kind of flatlining. They're actually going to do a little warming. Fog, rain through the morning, low 50s by 11 a.m., and that is ahead of highs today, going into mid to upper 50s. Cloudy skies, rain showers, as we mentioned. Southeast breeze, 5 to 10. Winds shift out of the east this evening, and then will become calm once the rain clears out. Temperatures falling back slowly, thanks to the cloud cover, eventually into the upper 40s for most of us. And then we head into the next few days, so nice temperatures as we head into the weekend. Got those rain chances here and there. Sunday, Monday looks fantastic. Now next week, you may recall yesterday, just yesterday, we had wintry mix on this. A lot of conflicting data on the long-range model. So right now, the agreement or the consistency is that it's going to just be cold, but it will be dry. However, some of the long-range data suggests an active weather pattern next week with maybe some thunderstorms to kick off the new year, maybe some wintry weather as well. So it's a lot to keep an eye on, a lot of dynamics, and of course, we'll keep you updated on it as we head into the weekend. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
The art of playing Santa Claus goes much deeper than just donning a red suit.
Skylar Henry found a jolly but serious St. Nick who puts future Santas to the test with a rigorous training program.
If the saying, seeing is believing, means anything at Christmas, then Rick Rosenthal is a true believer.
What makes a good Santa?
The very first thing is your heart. You have to like yourself.
You have to be understood and logical to be believable.
Twice a year, Rosenthal, or Santa Rick as he likes to be called, is Dean of Students at the Northern Lights Santa Academy in Atlanta. Between 100 and 150 student Santas and Mrs. Clauses from as far away as England and Germany enroll each session, and these aren't your typical mall Santas.
I'm working on becoming a professional Christmas entertainer, but not just an extraordinary Christmas entertainer.
In the near decade since Rosenthal founded it, Northern Lights has grown to the largest Santa school in the Southeast.
When you have a professionally trained and educated Christmas performer, they look different. They have real Santa suits, not costumes. So education is really important in every field.
The training includes hair care, with tips on how to keep Santa's beard snowy white, a course on magic tricks, and a workshop on inclusivity for children with disabilities.
Why go to such great lengths to put this much energy into it?
Christmas is a season, even though it falls on the 24th and 25th, it lasts for weeks or months, and people change, and it brings out the best on them.
And that's Rosenthal's goal, helping to bring the true meaning of the holiday season out of new students and those who already know the way of the Claus.
That's pretty cool. It's a lot of training.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's not something you think about, but I'm sure it comes in handy.
You gotta be the best Santa.
Definitely.
Well, no Santa today because that's already come and gone, but we are still dealing with fog and rain and a bunch of stuff. So real quick, let's look at the dense fog advisories one more time. Missouri through 9 a.m., Arkansas, Oklahoma through 10, southeast Kansas through noon, and then we've got the dense fog across the region. The densest fog along and west of 69, but you can see we've got fog across the entire area. So again, low beams, not your high beams. Slow down, give yourself time to get where you're going. Got a couple of light showers, a couple of sprinkles around Red Oak on the Missouri side. More showers, though, building into parts of southeastern Kansas, Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, Independence, and then down into Oklahoma, stretching from Craig County, southwest through Newata County, and into Washington County. All of this will continue to lift off to the north and east, and we'll continue to see additional development take place as it rolls on off into our area. We'll have one more look at your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Multiple agencies were alerted to a rollover crash early Christmas morning. Just before 12:15, Eric Drapow of Joplin was traveling eastbound on Highway HH, taking the on-ramp to Missouri 171 when his SUV rolled over, ejecting Drapow from the vehicle. He was taken to Mercy Joplin, where he later died of his injuries. The Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton County spread holiday cheer through their annual Christmas dinner. They provide meals for about 150 folks every day during the year. The Salvation Army also delivered meals yesterday to residents who are homebound. Taylor Swift's latest surprise wasn't a song, but a visit to a Kansas City Children's Hospital. The pop icon fresh off her Eras tour shocks patients and parents earlier this year with a visit. Swift takes selfies, videos, and gives gifts to some of the children at Mercy Hospital. One young child even sings Taylor a song of their own.
And we've got scattered showers throughout the day. Dense fog this morning could last as long as noon or 1 o'clock, so do be careful out there. And again, we could have a thunderstorm or two along and south of I-44. No severe weather expected. Highs today, upper 50s, southeast breeze 5 to 10. Scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder continuing through the evening and into the overnight. Should be done by about 1 a.m. We'll fall back into the upper 40s. As we head into the weekend, we've got more showers again tomorrow night into early Saturday. More showers, maybe a thunderstorm Saturday night into early Sunday. Sunday and Monday look great, and we're going to get pretty cold as we kick off the new year. Temperatures falling into the 40s out there, so a little more seasonable for us.
Well, that kind of sounds great. Well, radio host commuting to work in Sealy, Texas on Wednesday, December 18th got the shock of a lifetime when she spotted Rowdy, a 5-foot-tall escaped pet kangaroo, hopping near a truck stop.
The sighting marks the latest development in the search for the 70-pound pet kangaroo who escaped from his enclosure. That's certainly a sight to see. Nobody's been able to catch him. I think I remember when this first came out that this kangaroo had escaped.
Here you have to be careful of hitting deer when it's dark and you're driving home from work.
In this case, you gotta watch out for the kangaroos. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We're back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.